What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. You know, I have always struggled with how much I share on this channel, and in an effort to not overshare much of my life. But you guys are always saying to me, like, we would like to know more. We would like for you to share more. We would like to know more about you and all these different things. And I struggle with it, so I figured the best way for you to know things about me without me feeling like I'm oversharing things is to basically answer 35 rapid fire questions. So that's what I'm going to do. But before I do that, make sure that you like and subscribe and leave a comment. And yeah, in fact, this video came because you guys have been asking, things about me and saying that you want to know more about me in the comments. So here you go. So here are 35 rapid fire questions. I'll try to be as rapid fire as possible because I'm a little long-winded sometimes. So there's one thing you know about me. But I will try to answer them as rapid fire. They probably won't be rapid fire. I'll just answer the questions, okay? Here we go. Keep watching. All right, the first question is talking or texting. It depends on who it is. Some things I just need to get a point across through talking, or point across really fast, and so that will be texting. If it's just me like shooting the breeze with my best friend, it's talking on the phone. If I am, if I'm not that close to you, I don't want to talk on the phone. It's so awkward to me. I am very introvertedly awkward and can be very non-confrontational, and so I prefer to text. Now, if there is a debate about something, and I say debate, not an argument, I prefer to have text messaging because I like a paper trail. And I am someone who you cannot say to me, I never said, because there it is in writing. That might be a toxic trait, actually. But I don't like when people say I didn't say that. And I'm like, yes, you did. And I have it right here and I can screenshot it. If it's through talking, then, and if I know that it's someone who's like that, which I don't have a lot of people like that in my life, but if I know there's somebody that is like that, I will basically text them. So yeah, I prefer to text if I don't know you that well, or if I need to get a point across, and I prefer to talk to you. I mean, the person I talk to on the phone the most is my best friend, Isis, who you guys know. So yeah, that's who I talk to, and I prefer to talk to her on the phone. We send each other all kinds of crap through, Instagram DMs, but some things warrant a conversation. Favorite day of the week. That's easy. Favorite day of the week is the day that I'm filming this on, which is Sunday. I love Sundays because I feel like Sundays are just easy like a Sunday morning. Sundays are great if you're in a relationship, I think, because you can, lounge around in bed for, a while. You can go to brunch. You can, argue over furniture in a furniture store. Do not go to the grocery store on Sundays. It's the worst. But also, if it's sunny outside, it is the brightest day of the week for some reason. Maybe that's why it's called Sunday. Sundays are just great. No one's really in a hurry. It's just a great day. So, yeah, I love me a Sunday. Favorite city in the United States besides the one that I live in? That would be New York. I love New York. I don't want to live in New York. Nope. I don't want to live in New York, but I love to visit New York, and I love the hustle and bustle of it while I'm there. Could never live there, but it is my favorite city in the United States, besides the one that I live in, because I do love the city that I live in. And if you don't know, I live in Washington, D.C. The last song that I downloaded. I might have to check for you guys. What's the last song that I downloaded? I know this. I think it was the whole album by Flow. I'm really into Flow right now. Their Access All Areas. I think that was probably the last song that I downloaded. Yeah, Flow. Yeah, I might have to check. If not, I'll write it here. Would you rather be able to speak every language in the world or talk to animals? I'd rather be able to speak every language in the world. I'm not a big animals person. I don't hate animals. But I guess that would be fun to talk to animals. But I'd rather speak every language in the world because I love to travel and I would love to travel everywhere and not be the American that assumes that everyone is speaking English or what I call American. um, yeah, I would rather do that. I would rather be able to speak every language. And honestly, the only language that I know how to speak fluently is English. So I need to get on that. Yeah, that should be my goal. That should be a resolution. I don't usually make them, but that should be one. All right, next question is favorite holiday. By the way, I haven't seen any of these questions before I'm answering them. They're just coming up. I have not rehearsed this. If you know me well, I'm not a holiday person. I did not grow up celebrating holidays. And I basically just really had a bad taste in my mouth when it comes to holidays. But recently, my friends, shout out to Dewan and Seth, they have restored my love in Christmas. So they've healed my trauma from hating the holidays. So I would say it would be Christmas, other than my birthday. I love my birthday. That's not a national holiday, but yeah, to me, that was the only thing that I would celebrate for a time. So yeah, I would say Christmas. Yeah, and we're around that time, so Christmas. And I just like the atmosphere of Christmas. I feel like people are a little bit nicer around Christmas. The next question is, how long does it take you to get ready? Start to finish, 30 minutes. It takes me 30 minutes. I can do my makeup if I'm not doing my makeup for stage, and if I'm not doing my makeup for either red carpet or an appearance or just for something special, I can do my makeup in 12 minutes. I've timed myself 12 minutes. This face took 12 minutes, I promise you. So it does not take me long to get ready. I also like to sleep and I like to get other things done. So I'm not someone that will take 2 hours to get ready. It just doesn't. My hair never really takes that long. Because normally I've either prepped it before. Yeah, and getting ready for me is my therapy, but 30 minutes from top to bottom. The next question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good of a driver are you? A lot of you don't know that I do not drive. I do not drive. I don't own a car. I do not drive. I do not want to drive. I do know how to drive. I stopped driving a long time ago. I am on a scale of 1 to 10, probably a 100 when it comes to driving, which is why I critique everybody else's driving, even though I don't do it. I'm a damn good driver, and I hate other people's driving. I hold on to the oh shit bar. My sister will tell you this. That's the perfect example. I have a fear of going around curves really fast. When people exit, I hate that. I don't know why. They tell you to slow down. They tell you to only go 25 miles an hour, but no one hits the brakes. We're going in an SUV normally really fast around a curve. I was in a car the other day with a driver, and we were going through a neighborhood that has so many winding roads and hills. It felt like I was on a roller coaster, and I finally was just like, like that. And the driver looked at me and he was just like, you okay? And I'm just like, I'm good. Yeah, I hate it. Sorry. But I'm a damn good driver, and that's why I critique everybody else's driving. The next question is, at what age do you plan to retire? Completely never. I plan on never retiring. I hope that I die working towards something great. I don't ever want to sit in a rocking chair on my porch with my grandchildren and talk about how great I used to be. I hope that I die working towards something great because I do love what I do. I love to work. I love to do things. I love to create things. Performing, I will retire from that one day. Not just yet. I did have an inkling about 4 years ago that I was going to, about 5 years ago actually. And then the pandemic hit and I was like, oh no. The pandemic is not going to retire me. So I guess that is yet to be seen. I will let my body tell me when it's time to retire from that. Invisibility or super strength. I would rather be invisible. I would rather be invisible because sometimes I just don't want to be seen, especially someone in the public eye. I just kind of want to exist in spaces and move throughout the world and not have people critique it or not have people even notice it. Yeah, I would rather be invisible. And think of the things you could do if you were invisible. All kinds of stuff. There'd be no shame at all. That's what I would do. I would be invisible. The next question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you at keeping secrets? My own secrets, I would say that I am probably like an 8 because there is always someone in my circle that knows there's at least one person that knows if I have a secret. There's one person. It's hard for me to keep that to myself. Other people's secrets, I'm telling you, I am the vault. You will never ever hear your secret from me. I mean, your secret that you've told me from somebody did not get. If they got it, they did not get it from me. Sorry, I'm really good at keeping secrets, and I think my friends would answer that very well. I'll be like, well, I didn't. And then when the secret comes out, I'm like, oh, wow, I'll act just as surprised. And then they always go, oh, Riley knew. And I'm like, oh, God, come on, you make me look like a liar. It's not lying. If you be a good secret keeper, that's a key to being a good friend. The next question is Ariel or Jasmine? Definitely Ariel. A lot of you may know that I'm transgender. Has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that we tend to love mermaids. I have some, like, I don't collect mermaids, but I have some mermaid stuff. Just being like living in duality, as Ariel. So we tend to love things like unicorns, and there's a lot of trans girls that collect unicorns or love unicorns and love mermaids. And Ariel was just that girl, and I love her fiery red hair. Jasmine's great. Jasmine was beautiful, but Ariel had a talent also. So I'm sure Jasmine has talents. I don't know. The next question is first celebrity crush. My first celebrity crush. Oh God, let me think. Again, I didn't rehearse these. My first celebrity crush, I think, was oh God, not now. Probably anybody from New Kids on the Block and Uncle Jesse from Full House. I don't know if I may have said this in other videos here on my channel, but I was only allowed to watch 2 shows as a kid. I was only allowed to watch an hour of TV on Fridays, and I could only watch 2 shows because they were approved and they were wholesome shows, and those shows were Full House and Family Matters. But Uncle Jesse from Full House was my celebrity crush. Not so much anymore, but yeah. Dusk or dawn? I would say I like them both, but probably dawn because I do wake up pretty early naturally, and the view from my bedroom, I'm looking right at the sun. It rises right in my face. And if you follow my Instagram, you've seen in my stories, I do post pictures of it because I'm always taking pictures of it. So yeah, the sunrise, I love the sunrise. The sunset's beautiful, but I love the sunrise as it's peeking up. It's just so beautiful. All right, this next question is, if you could travel back in time, what period would you go to? Ooh, child, as a black woman, that's a hard question to answer. Black and a woman? Travel back in time? Ooh, probably the 50s. I just love the fashion. If racism didn't exist, if sexism didn't exist, I would say the 50s. Ooh, but the 70s were good too. I love the 70s with Halston and the fashion and the afros and all that. I also love the 50s because I also love the fashion, the old Hollywood in the 50s. Yeah, that's what I would do. Do you snore? Listen, no, absolutely not. Snoring does not bother me, but I sleep with my mouth completely shut really, really tight. I'm not a grinder, but my mouth is always shut really tight. I wake up with a very dry mouth because of that. Anybody that has ever slept next to me will tell you I do not snore. I don't think I've ever snored. Even if I was very tired, but every person that's ever slept next to me will tell you, you don't snore. Ironically, everybody I've slept next to does snore, and it doesn't bother me because I'm a light sleeper and I need a little bit of a dull roar. If they get a little too out of hand, nudge. But yeah, I don't snore. Place you most want to travel. What place I most want to travel to? Where do I want to go more than any place on earth? Australia. I do. I want to go to Australia. That's on my list for next year. I'm going to Australia next year. And it keeps calling to me. I'll tell you guys that story about Australia when I was traveling the last time, how that just popped into my head. But Australia is the place that I want to go to. I won't elaborate on it, but we'll talk about it another time. All right, favorite junk food, potato chips. I especially love a mesquite barbecue potato chip, kettle cooked, really crunchy. Love, love, love potato chips. I have recently kicked the candy kick because I'm not on red dye 40 or any of that. Any dyes I don't, and candy has a lot of it. So the only candy I don't eat now is ones that don't have candy in it. And I've been looking for candy substitutes. My struggle with candy is hard, but potato chips for sure. Yeah. The next question is favorite childhood show. I think I just said it. It would be anything that was on TGIF. Yeah. I was allowed to watch 1 hour, and those were the shows that I watched. And then also The Nanny. I love The Nanny too. She was awesome. Will and Grace, Friends, any of those sitcom shows I loved. But as a kid, I preferred to not watch cartoons. I preferred to watch home improvement shows. And then I became an interior designer. But I loved seeing people build things. And still to this day, I watch YouTube videos about home improvement and decor and architecture. Yeah. And I did that as a kid, always. Favorite season would be, for sure, fall and winter. I love cold weather. I'm always hot. It's always cold in my home. I do not like being hot. More than anything in the world, I hate being hot. And anyone who knows me well or has been around me knows I can't stand being hot. Heat makes me angry. I probably will never turn my thermostat on heat. And I never really do. But I love the winter and fall season. I also love the way people dress in the fall and winter, and I love to wear cozy coats and sweaters and scarves and boots and gloves. I love the layering. You can always put more clothes on and be warmer, but you can only take so much off before you get arrested in the summertime. So definitely. Oh, wow. This question. My last Halloween costume, I don't dress up for Halloween. And I thought about it this year. This year I was going to be, should I tell you guys? Because I might do it one day. No, I'll tell you. This year I thought about being Beetlejuice's wife with the staples where she stapled herself back together. And she had dark hair and I don't have dark hair. So I just was like, it would be nice for people to see me something other than. But the reason I don't dress up for Halloween is because, my whole life I've been dressing up as someone else. My career is I'm a Beyonce impersonator. So obviously, it's not fun for me. I don't go out for Halloween because I feel like it's just it's very dangerous. The most crimes are committed on Halloween. The most people die on Halloween. It's nuts. Yeah, nope. But maybe in the future I'll do it. We'll see. All right, this question, cake or pie? This question is extra funny because the answer is pie. And if you don't know, but my mom owns a pie company, a pie business. She makes the best sweet potato pies ever. I don't care how great your grandma makes sweet potato pies. I don't care how much you love patty pies. I don't care about Jean's gourmet pies, whoever. I don't care. My mother makes the best, hands down, sweet potato pie. None of us know the recipe except my nephew, and he's holding on to it. Great for him. This is especially funny because within 2 days last week, not even on Thanksgiving, I ate one day I ate half of a sweet potato pie, and it wasn't my mother's. And the other day I ate the other half. Pie all the way. I'm not a cake girl. I'd rather have cheesecake or pie. My favorite flavor of ice cream. First of all, it has to be vegan, plant-based, because I don't do dairy. But I love this. Oh, what is it even called? I think it's salted caramel pecan clusters. Don't remember the brand. I think there's a few brands that make it, but that's the one that I love the most. It's got a lot in it and it's so good. You should try it. I'll try to find the brand if I can, but it's really good. Say a word in Spanish. Well, actually, my favorite phrase in Spanish is muévete culo. It means move your ass. Muévete culo. Move your ass. And I love to say it. Get out my way. Do you believe in fate? I do believe in fate. I believe in fate, but I also believe that fate changes constantly. I believe that one thing you do, for everything you do, for every action, there's a reaction. And I believe that you're changing the course of your fate all the time. I believe that you could do something and your outcome could be that something's going to happen to you. And then I believe that you can change it just like that. And I don't ever think that it's too late to change your fate. Yeah. My favorite number. I think I've talked about this in a previous video. My favorite number is 2, 4, and 7 in any iteration. 247, 742, 427, 472. Any of those numbers, that is my number. My birthday is 424. I was raised in a house. The number of my house was 724. Every place I've ever lived has had one of those numbers in the address. It is my angel number. Guys know that on 724 this year, I performed for Michelle Buteau's birthday. And her birthday is 724. It's also her angel number. I see that number in all things, all the time, every day, everywhere. I catch it on the clock. I see it on a license plate. It is my way. I have learned that it is God's way of letting me know that I'm okay, that I'm protected, and to let my anxieties go, and that I am 100% protected. That is my favorite number. 724, 247, 47, any of those numbers. Oh, I really should have read over these questions. Who has it easier, men or women? Well, considering I have duality and I have lived as both, I lived 24 years male, presenting as male, and a woman trapped in a male's body. And now I'm, woman. So I would say no one has it easier. I really don't think. Okay, let me not lie to you guys. I believe that being a black man was harder if I still were. I think about this often because I think about like the neighborhood that I live in. I think which is predominantly white. I think about how I move about the world, and people seem not threatened by me and pretty much drawn to me, even if they don't know who I am or what I do. People pretty much are drawn to me. I wonder what that would be like if I were walking through my neighborhood and I was still a black man. How would I be treated differently? No one seems threatened by me. But at the same time, being a woman is also very hard also, with the male gaze, with the way women's rights, with, earning potential, the wage gap, all of the things. It's very hard. I don't know how to answer this question, but as a woman, I don't consider my life easy, and I don't consider it wasn't easier before because I was a woman trapped in a man's body. Child, come back to me with this question. This next question is kind of funny. Have you ever worn socks with sandals? Back in the day, back in like the 90s, we used to wear those Velcro sandals that I think people call them dad sandals now. Yeah, it's like a Velcro. Well, they were athletic because like Nike made them, Reebok made a pair. Everybody had them, and they may still make them. I don't wear them, but I don't know. I only wear sandals on vacation in a city that I can't wear heels in. Like when I went to Greece, sandals. I bought sandals while I was there because I was like, this is not, even the sandals that I brought to wear there didn't work. But yes, okay. So we used to wear, the style was in the 90s, if you remember this, to wear socks with sandals. So I did. I wore socks with sandals. Looking back, hideous, terrible. So yeah, not doing that ever again. Why can't we tickle ourselves? I don't know that we can't tickle ourselves. I mean, my hair tickles me every now and then, like I'm extremely ticklish. Fun fact, I hate being tickled. If you tickle me, I will be angry at you. I freaking hate being tickled more than anything. A plant will tickle me. I think you can tickle yourself. It says, why can't we tickle ourselves? I don't like being tickled. I'm very, I hate it. Next question. All right, the question is, what does a person need to be happy? As someone who has recently discovered this, oh man, oh Lord. As someone who's recently discovered this literally a year ago, I believe that what a person needs to be happy is to find it within. I don't think another person should make you happy. I don't think things, objects should make you happy. Circumstances. I think happiness comes from within. And I believe that despite circumstances and despite where you are in life, doesn't mean you don't want to do better. I believe that making yourself happy is the key to life. Find a way to be happy no matter what's going on in the world. Right now, that we live in a crazy time in the world where a lot of people are very scared and people are very, unsure of what the world's going to be like in the future. I think that despite that, find a way to be happy on your own. Find a way to be happy through it all. I believe that it definitely comes from within, your relationship with a higher power or God or whatever you believe in, the universe, whatever you believe in. I especially do not believe that you should look to other people to make you happy. Simply because I believe that if you look for other people to make you happy, you will be disappointed. And if they leave or if they go away or something happens and they're not in your life anymore, then you will be completely devastated. And you will, if they're not the source of your happiness, then you're still happy when they leave or when they're not there. And I don't want to be the source of someone's happiness. I don't want to be the main source of someone's happiness. I don't want to, because I'm going to disappoint you at some point. And that's a lot of pressure for someone. It's unfair. I think two people should be happy and come together and make something absolutely amazing. That's what I think. That's my thoughts on that. I think you should look for happiness within. And if you're looking for things to make you happy, objects, tangible things, money, whatever, I don't even think I need to go into that. That's a big mistake, for sure. It's not going to make you happy. It's temporary at best. And it's not even true happiness. It's not. Yeah. Is there a such thing as objective beauty? I think that beauty is subjective to whomever. There are people that are undeniably beautiful, but still not someone else's cup of tea, I think that you can find beauty in some of the most awkward things that people find unattractive. I think there are people that you can look at them and things that you can look at and you'd be like, I can see why people think they're beautiful. Like, obviously everyone's going to think they're pretty and think they're beautiful. But I find beauty in some of the most really strange and unconventional things, for sure. I also find people that don't look like me beautiful, which is funny. Like people that don't have what I mean is someone, I'm a very glamorous person and I'm someone who, I'm blonde hair, I'm all of these things, but I find beauty in people that look completely opposite of me. So I think beauty is definitely in the eye of the beholder. I really do. Because you may look at someone and think why are they together? He is fun as hell. And she was just, I don't know. I don't see it. But it is definitely subjective. There are things that people think are absolutely amazing and beautiful. And I'm like, oh, hate it. So yeah, that's my answer to that question. I could go on and on and on because beauty is, that's my thing. I love beauty, and I find beauty in everything. I believe that I can make all things beautiful, and I could go on and on. Ooh, this next question is: double dipping at a party ever acceptable? No, y'all are nasty. Stop doing that. Why would you do that? I don't care if you did break it off and like, well, okay, if you broke off a chip and then you put, that's one thing, but like bite into a chip or bite into something and dip inside of there, no. And you know what the thing is this is the best way to do it. Get a little plate, scoop some of the dip out into your thing, and then you can just dip on your own, because also your hands are touching things. You don't want to touch, like the germs on your hands. Even if I've seen people say, oh, I bit it and then I flipped it over and then your hands were in it and it's now in the dip. That is so nasty. And we should not keep having to tell you guys this, especially post-COVID. Like, y'all were nasty before COVID. You should really be, like, get it together. If you're not going to get together post-COVID, when are you going to get together? That's nasty. Stop doing stuff like that. Oh, hygiene and food and all that stuff. Stop doing that to people. Gross. All right. The last question. The last question is, what is the best age? What's the best age? I'm going to say, normally, I get close for this one. Normally, what I would say to you, the best age is, I say the best decade of your life is 40. It is. Everybody who's turning 40, I always say to them, welcome to the best decade of your life. And anybody who's been 40 will tell you the 40s were pretty good. My 40s were great. If you are in your 20s or 30s, or even a teen watching this, you think that your life is great or whatever, just wait to the 40s. They're going to be like, ah. Because the 40s are just everything. I believe that the 40s are everything you've ever meant to be. Like, your 20s are for making mistakes. Your 30s are for the lessons. Your 40s, as Carrie Bradshaw would say, is to pay for the drinks. But it's just, I always say, if I knew in my 20s what I know now in my 40s, I could have ruled the world. And there's a reason you don't, because you're not meant to rule the world. But I would say that the 40s are the best age. Anywhere in the 40s is the best age. That's my opinion. But I also should say to you, where you are right now, the best age is because you don't have to ever go backwards. So that's the diplomatic way to say that. You don't ever have to go backwards. You can always make it better and better, and it can always get better. Life ebbs and flows. So the best age is the one that you're in right now. I'm learning right now to live in the moment, not overplan. I'm learning to not dwell on the past, because that's pretty much where depression comes from. Yeah, I mean, it comes from other things, but it can make you depressed. Dwelling on like what you should have done and what didn't happen and all this stuff. So the best age is the one that you're at right now. Guys, this was so much fun. Thank you for watching. I might do this again because it was so fun. Yeah, I just make sure that you like and subscribe. Hopefully this helped you learn more about me. If you wanted to know more about me, watch another video. There's lots going on all the time. And I will see you guys very soon in the next video. Bye.